Alright guys, you'll just see my last set of bench press here. Had 6 sets of 6 with 190. Everything went well. I paused all these reps and made it through the session, so that's good news. Also did some overhead press, some face pulls, and some lying triceps extensions with a cambered bar from the floor, and also some close grip bench press. My current macros on regular days are 60 fat, 365 carbs, 180 protein, and on refeed days, protein and fat are the same, and it's 440 carbs, so I'm just working my way up. Alright guys, made a little run to Publix on what I guess you could call my lunch break at work. Picked up this little California sampler. Their sushi's pretty fresh, but obviously it's not restaurant sushi. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Pretty decent macros. If you can't see it, it's 3 protein, 23 carbs, 5 fat per serving, 2 servings in the container. There are some California rolls and some spicy tuna rolls or spicy surimi rolls. Not a big selection, but a pretty decent price. Gonna have these for dessert, both of those. This was buy one get one free, so I got that one. I'm gonna have that along with the sushi before I have dessert. Just got that one for later. And I might mix one of those Greek yogurts into this here. Just got that just in case I wanted it. But there's the spread. It's a total of pretty much right at $10. So not too bad. Not that cheap, but you know. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. I almost forgot about this guy. Had this in the fridge. Gonna have this with my meal. Alright, talk to you guys later. Alright guys, here's my breakfast from the morning after that. This is an egg white frittata with some olives, banana peppers, and those little chunks that look kind of like chicken are actually chunks of Laughing Cow Swiss cheese, because that's all I had. It's not really the kind that you're supposed to sprinkle over something, so I had to just break it off into chunks. And then I cut this into like pizza slices. This was quite delicious. It's also topped with some sriracha. And then I think I had some oatmeal after that. Later on in the day, I was out with my girlfriend. Went to this place called Baja Burgers, and you're seeing my onion rings and that tiny piece of okra that they gave me. They gave me 2 little pieces of fried okra. You were able to get half an order of each side here, so I got onion rings and sweet potato fries. It's a salmon burger that I'd taken most of the toppings off of, and then of course I used sriracha. But I really only ate about half of the onion rings and even less than that of the sweet potato fries. The next morning, I was going to have one of these tuna burgers that I got at a place called Organic Harvest. I'd gone there because I got a Groupon. So you just saw the macros, pretty good on these. Also picked up these Snap Pea Crisps at Organic Harvest. Decent macros on these as well. 5 fat, 16 carbs, 4 fiber, and 5 protein too. So these are pretty good. And with these 2 items, my protein for the meal was still pretty low, so had a big omelet frittata thingy with copious amounts of seasoning, including oregano. And then I topped everything with sriracha, as I almost always do. And sometimes I add sweetener to sriracha to give it kind of that sweet chili pepper flavor, and I'd highly recommend that if you like sriracha. But here's my meal. And this time I did definitely follow it up with oatmeal and showed you how I made the oatmeal. I used some cashew milk instead of water to cook it in, and then I added some water too, just so I didn't have to use a giant serving of cashew milk. And then I flavored everything with some Walden Farms pancake syrup and some butter spray. And I don't think my camera would ever focus on this oatmeal right here. You'll see me try desperately, and it just never focuses. The syrup threw it off. But you're just kind of seeing some regular meals. It's been a pretty good week. My weight has been higher. Part of that is due to actually gaining weight, and part of it is just because of sodium. But I think I kind of hit that threshold where my glycogen stores finally got filled, so I started gaining weight slowly. And you're seeing some squats from Thursday, Squats just didn't go well. My left hamstring was really tight and hurting. It felt like it was nearly being pulled or strained. So I worked up to the weight I was supposed to do. The goal was 5 sets of 3 or 5 sets of 2 to 3 with 335. So this is my first set here. And I do get 3, but it's pretty much failure, and everything is just feeling off because of that hamstring. I'm not getting a rebound out of the bottom. I backed off to 315 for one more set of 3, and then called it a day for squats. I did do some leg press and some of those motorcycle rows, I think is what Alberto Nunez has called them, from the floor. Kind of like a unilateral lat pull down, but you're actually pulling horizontally. I've shown that before. And you're seeing the posing here. I just talked over about 20 seconds of it probably. But like I said, I've been kind of watery lately because of sodium being all over the place. So I haven't really wanted to pose, but I figured I'd just be realistic with you guys. Show you what I'm looking like. Very pasty. And you can see that I've gained weight. Part of it is water retention, but part of it isn't. And my legs were both just feeling weird because of tightness and everything, so it was hard to flex them. I'll go around to the back next. My lower back is the last place to go. It gets lean before everything else, which is weird, but that's how my structure is, I guess. Definitely ready to be around 170 pounds because I think that's when my strength gains will really accelerate. That's it for the posing. See my post-workout here. Got this organic harvest, really good macros on it. 2 fat, 16 carbs, 3 protein. And I still had this special case cereal. I never did eat it that other time when I showed it. There it is. And this is what I had. This was really good. Highly recommend flavored coffees like that in cereal. And then had a Quest bar later on because I had had no protein since I left my house. And this last one is just how I finished the day yesterday on Thursday. Protein sludge and a bunch of rice cakes. It's mostly apple cinnamon rice cakes, and then I had 2 white cheddar. I would have preferred plain, but white cheddar was all I had. And that's it for this one. If you've made it this far, I appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and don't if you didn't. I'll talk to you next time.